Welcome back to the channel, and I'm on my way back from the airport. So lovely old Heathrow. So I thought I'd take this opportunity and go over some of the parts or some of the things that I said I was going to discuss. So this loss of power from the battery is if somebody's taken the battery off the car. I'm going to have to go down the route of checking the apparent earths underneath the battery tray, which is where I've been told that the earths are. So we will investigate that one. Now the bodywork isn't the best, and I shall just take you through a few parts. I'll just take you on a little tour around the car just to show you the minor imperfections, shall we call it. Okay, we'll start on the front. Now the front isn't too bad. There is, however, this crack here, which was done by a Pratt on one of the taxi ranks. Literally, I think it was a week after I got it registered as a taxi, so it's been there for 7 odd years. And the problem I've got is if I take this car apart, because of this damage, which I don't really want to talk about because it was my own fault. As you can see, it's nothing that I don't think a dent PDR man would be able to sort out all right, but I think that this clips are broken. It's quite moved a little bit there, but it's sort of in there all right at the moment. But the problem I'm going to have with that is when you take these bumpers off, you pull them from one end, and I've got a horrible feeling that'll crack even more, damage it even more if I do that. But yes, moving on to this side is fine. I mean, you'd think this would be the side that was the more damaged. Now this here, believe it or not, happened about 2-3 days after I actually bought the car. As you can see, there's a small dent in it as well. It has, it's definitely a body shop job. But again, that was just a branch that was stuck out in the road. I mean, it must have been about that thick, and as I whacked it, it actually marked up here as well, but I managed to polish that out. Right, now this damage, believe it or not, was caused by mud flaps, which are no longer on this car. Now, as you can see, it looks like it'd be an easy fix, but the body shop has told me that they believe it's been ripped out the bracket which is attached to the back of the bumper, and it wouldn't be able to be fixed, but who knows. I have to excuse the filthy car as well, but there is a couple of dents there. This was done by a customer with their trolley. I was not impressed on the day, as you can probably imagine. Anyway, the car is filthy and it is full of leaves. Where I live, a bit of an occupational hazard, especially at this time of year. And here we have just the usual scratches on, we've done it in our new place on the wall. I know, yeah, my own stupid fault again. Yeah, so to be honest, it isn't too bad. I mean, the wheels, unfortunately, these are diamond cut wheels, so they are always going to suffer. You always get the curb rash, but then you get the wire worm stuff. Now the timing chain issue, at the moment it is booked in to be done, unless I come across a car to buy cheap enough for another taxi, then obviously I'll buy the next car and retire the old girl, and yeah, hopefully if all goes well, some negotiations are going on at the minute about using a big-ish garage someone's garage. They kindly said they were going to lend me, but I need to make sure for how long I can have it and if it's going to cost me anything. Now, one of the problems I had was some lights popping up on the dash, which started off as the auto stop start isn't working. And this wasn't the normal, if you're in traffic it comes up as being disabled. This was the yellow symbol saying that the stop start wasn't actually working, which at first I just wasn't really bothered about that, but that actually led on to other things, like the EBD was coming up as not working. And then I found out that although I could switch on the cruise control, it wasn't working. You couldn't set it. And I thought, this is a bit strange, so I had a word with actually the Kia garage, and they suggested it could be a switch on the clutch. At first I wasn't convinced, but when they started explaining that there was actually two switches on the clutch. One was the switch where you start the car, where you have to put your clutch down before it will start. And the second one is the one which operates all the other stuff, like the stop start, cruise control. I'm sure there was something else as well. So yeah, it turned out to be a switch. In fact, this switch. So, do you want to know, have a guess how much that switch was? Yeah, 40 quid. 40 quid for a little bit of plastic with a spring on it. I do have to wonder sometimes where they get their prices from. Another job that has been done, and I'm sure every Optima owner is going to have to do at some point, is the steering coupling, like, what do we call it? It's a bit of nylon, star-shaped nylon. It's like a spacey kind of thing. It's like a grommet or whatever you like to call it. Now that sounds a complicated job, but as I found out, if you give yourself a day to do it, if you haven't done it before, you know, then you've got to just take your time. I might just do a video of disassembling it to show you the part I mean. Having done it myself now, I know how it's done. It sounds complicated, but it really isn't. Now we have an ongoing brake judder. Pretty much everybody thinks straight away warp disc, which is exactly what I thought. Changed it, it was alright for about a day, and then it came back again. So it was a case of new brake pads, and that again was alright for a day, but then went back to normal. And I changed the inner tie rods because the garage said inner tie rods is probably doing it. Changed those, changed the track rod ends anyway as it was being done. Went for an MOT and said, oh, it's a slight play in your inner tie rods. I said, really? Well, you changed them 6 months ago. In this case of, oh, okay, well, it must be your steering rack. It fills you with confidence, doesn't it? Anyway, I have a steering rack, and I don't know when I'm going to be able to change it now. I've had so much on at the minute. But yeah, that's another job to be done. There is an oil leak, which has badly covered the back of the engine. Again, I've tried popping the old endoscope up the back there, but nothing sort of significant. Nothing shows up. It's just completely oily all down the back. So I'm going to have to clean that right off and then start from scratch. And see where it is coming from. But it is quite difficult to get around the back of the engine. And here I am on the lovely M25, biggest car park in Europe. Can't think why people give it that name, but there you go. God, look at it. This is a Saturday evening at nearly 20 to 6. Crazy. It's always the M3 when it joins the M25. There's another thing I do like about this car though, you don't see many of these on the road. I do feel quite exclusive. You may be surprised to know that I've only ever had a pair of ball joints put on this car. One that I did this year, beginning of the year, and the genuine Kia ones are really quite good. I would recommend getting them over an aftermarket one. It was a bit of a beast to get off. I'll put on some footage just how tough the thing was. I have upgraded the reversing lights on this. Normally they're all right. They're pretty good, but I just had to. I was upgrading the interior LED bulbs. Sorry, the interior lights to LEDs. So I thought I'd try out the reversing lights, upgrade those as well. And it does make an improvement. I have to admit, it's good. They are good. Where I got them from, I don't remember. I'm sure it was off the K5 owners in, not K5 owners, but the K5 merchandise. Why does that not sound right? Merchandise. Is it? Yeah, it is merchandise. Yeah. Over on the K5 forums on the American sites, where yeah, they're mostly petrol. I think they're all petrol actually over there, but you know, obviously all the bulbs are pretty much the same. Interior ones and reversing lights, but I think the headlights, I think they've got a different setup for headlights. And I seem to have like what I thought was a blowing exhaust, but sometimes you hear it and then you can't hear it. It's very odd. Used to get it at certain revs, but now, like today, I haven't heard it at all. So it does make me wonder what the heck it is. If it's not something more serious. But I should try. I'll do a video on that, and we'll have an investigation and see what happens. See if we find anything. Now, I did have problems with the rear brakes. They were sticking, and I did free them up, but then they kept sticking. So in the end, we just invested in some more actual calipers. £300 from Kia at the time. They're probably a bit cheaper now. This was a couple of years ago, and yeah, they've been problem free ever since. But the handbrake can be a bit of a annoying. The actual shoes They don't wear out as such, but the lining comes apart. I was told because water gets in there, it gets in between and lifts the friction material off the backing plate. I did have one set of discs which I actually wore a groove in the inside because the friction material come off. How on earth it was working at all, I don't know, but yeah, we just changed it after that, and at the moment, touch wood, they're still alright. I want to treat the old girl to a new MAF sensor. It has come up before as a problem. I could keep cleaning it, but I think it's, as far as I know, it's the original on the car, so she's done very, very well. I will try cleaning it, see if it makes a difference. I do think I should be getting more miles per gallon out of this thing than I am. Well, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this informative video more than anything else, but we'll get on to some more practical stuff in the next one, I think. Alright guys and gals, take care, and I shall hopefully see you all in the next one, which will probably be the exhaust. Maybe, hopefully actually we'll add the earthing points. We'll see if we can find these earthing points and give them a good old scrub up and freshen up and see if that fixes the problem. I'm not holding my hopes out, but it's the cheapest and easiest way to start, I suppose. Right, take care all, and we'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye for now.